What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to Gamer Credits. This is going to be level 9. Let's introduce the players. We got player 1, BP.
Yo, Dream Kid, what's happening?
Oh, God. Oh, boy.
You
That's a
didn't
great
like
way
that?
to start. No,
You didn't
not
like that?
really. Not
Oh,
really.
okay. All right. I'll stick with Kid, man. I just thought it was getting boring at this point, but whatever. It's your world.
Moving on. We got player 2, Star Child.
Call me the blue player. What's going on?
The blue
Blue
player.
player.
You know,
What's going on
it's
today?
the
I
actual
don't know,
YouTube.
man.
It's the red versus blue. I was just,
Oh, is that a
thinking
Halo reference?
Yes, it
Microsoft?
was. It
Oh,
was.
look
It
at
was.
this.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
Okay. All right.
I
Things
was,
are looking up.
I was trying to be friendly tonight. Okay.
Ah.
Oh, that's what you're doing. Okay.
Oh, man.
All right. Yeah. Had to show
Uh,
me out. You came up with something better. That's fine, man. Feels some kind of way, Star. But it's okay.
and of course, player 3 is your boy Kid Dream. So today we have a very special and exciting episode for everybody today. We are going to be discussing the video game awards that happen every year. It is an event hosted by Jeff Keighley, where basically we spend a night celebrating video games for the past year. And basically, what we're going to do is kind of run through not all, but most of the nominations, the categories, and we're going to do two things. We're going to first our we're going to say what we think is going to win during the show, and then we're going to discuss what we want to win at the show, and then just kind of talk a little bit about that and how we feel about the games and everything like that. And it's hopefully going to be a very good time. Fingers
Oh, yeah.
crossed.
All
So
right.
we're going to start with best multiplayer. And so basically what I'm going to do is just read off the nominations, and then we're just going to discuss. So the nominations are Animal Crossing New Horizons, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys, and of course Valorant. So some interesting games this year.
All
So
right.
very interesting, actually.
So
wants
with
to-
this platform, just so that the audience can help me understand what they need to understand, we are just going to be guesstimating what we think should win from our own personal perspective, right?
Yes.
Cool. All right.
Well, when are we going to do that and then actually just give out what we're thinking is going to win and what we want to win, right? That's how we're going
Yeah.
to do it.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
yeah. and I mean, they can be the same if you think it'll be, if you think and want it to be the same.
Right. Yeah,
And
makes
they
sense.
can go to our Twitter account, and then they can follow along with what we are saying tonight, because we're gonna
Oh.
keep tabs of it and post it.
Fingers
Dang.
crossed, he put me on the spot,
Already,
but we're
already
working on
plugging
it.
that Twitter.
You
We were
know,
definitely working on it, but hopefully, it'll be up for
God
that.
dang.
So,
So
All
who,
right.
so
who
go
wants
ahead.
to start?
Oh, we already talked about how biased I am when it comes to Nintendo things, so you can skip me for the moment, and I'll listen to what y'all have to say about which ones you want to win.
So multiplayer. Let me tell you why this is interesting because it's no secret Among Us kind of has been making some big rounds this year.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh
what's
yeah.
interesting is the origin of it. When it actually came out. So that's why I'm kind of on the fence with that one. I guess given the popularity and the rise of it, I guess it's fair to put it in for this year. But
Mhm.
it's just interesting nonetheless. So I don't know. I know it's kind of a silly thing to really reflect on, but I was thinking about that. Like, wait, didn't this come out was it 2018?
Yeah, it came out a couple years ago, which funny enough, it's interesting why they're putting it on the list, but
Yeah, So, but anyway, so it's with that being said, like I said, it's still kind of hard to deny its prowess, like how big it's been, especially during these difficult times. Um, I was looking at Animal Crossing as well, but I haven't honestly, as popular as it's been, I haven't really heard that great of response or just I haven't heard any really amazing things as far as the multiplayer side of it. Maybe I'm missing something with that kid.
yeah, so I know they had like because the whole point is you go to an island and you can customize the
Mhm.
island, and build different buildings and stuff like that. And so part of the multiplayer was visiting other people's island to visit them, and you could collect special resources and stuff like that.
Oh,
Um,
okay. So you can
so yeah.
actually do some things like collect stuff, and because I heard something like you couldn't build anything, right? Or you couldn't really help build
Now,
stuff.
I'm be honest, I haven't played it, so I'm not entirely sure, but I don't
Okay.
think you can edit other. Well, yeah, I don't think you can edit other people's islands, but I'm not entirely sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
for
So.
for my experience playing the
Mhm,
game,
mhm.
I think that it was up to like 8 people can actually like be on the same island together. So eight of
Yeah.
your friends, and it's not like you can edit their island, but you can do things on the island like you'd be able to do on your own. So,
Oh,
but
Got you.
yeah, it's not like you can kind of like change it to where it saves on their end.
Yeah.
I don't think, but it's you can still interact with their on their outing as well. So it's a
mhm.
it's a
Got you.
cool game. And when I was saying I was being biased, I don't want this game to win for this category because it's technically not a multiplayer type of experience that you would think when you hear the word multiplayer.
Mhm.
It doesn't really fall in that category for me. But I love the
Yeah.
game. It's a very comfortable, relaxing game. So
And yeah. So I'm kind of just thinking really hard about those now. Just kind of skip because I'm kind of probably taking too long as it is. But moving to the other three: Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys. Of course, Fall Guys was another big one. Before the Among Us craze took over. Valorant. I've only heard bits and pieces of that. Granted, it's probably amazing multiplayer, but haven't really heard a lot about it.
it got
Uh,
90%, ratings from on PC Gamer. I had to look it up
yeah.
because I never played the game.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And
No, it's
it
gotten good
looks
marks.
like yeah, it looks like everybody who plays it loves it. So,
It's basically CS:GO plus Overwatch.
ah,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember we talked about that
I
before.
think I need to get a PC now because that sounds amazing.
So, but I mean, if I had to, so here I'm just selecting the game that I believe is going to win, or do I want to win?
Or first, just say
Either
which
or.
is which.
So,
Yeah.
what if I guess if I had to pick what I believe is going to win, probably more than likely Among Us. Just again
Ah,
because it's just been a really big popular title. I mean, I know I've heard kid talk about it obsessively,
every
nonstop. My
day.
son, yeah, like almost every day or every other day at least. And then not only just y'all, just countless YouTube videos and just all around just buzz and people having fun about it and just constantly talking about it. Um, and so honestly, I kind of feel like overall that vote would probably go to that. Now, if you ask me what I thought I would like, or if you ask me what I want to have win, I would say Fall Guys just because of how fun it was.
Hmm.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
All
it was
right.
pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I haven't played as much of it, but what I did play, it was really fun. Just reminded me of an overall crazy Wipeout type of experience. Like Wipeout, the TV show.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Love it.
it's just
Love it.
wacky. Yeah.
And Fall Guys really had a potential because Fall Guys definitely got was um popular before Among Us,
hmm
and they definitely it could have and I think if it wasn't for Among Us, I think Fall Guys would still be the insanely popular. I'm sure it still is, but
hmm
I don't think I'd be wrong in saying Among Us has definitely overshadowed Fall Guys. Um,
It's kind of like the PUBG and Fortnite thing all over.
Fortnite, pretty much, yeah, because PUBG came out and overshadowed Fortnite, and then lo and behold, Fortnite came and said, "Psych, we'll take that crown back."
Hmm.
Exactly. That's how it went. I was like, wow.
Um, so and I've heard a lot of good things about Valorant, but I never was too big into it. It never seemed like my cup of tea. So
hmm
this is what I think is gonna win.
Okay.
I think Call of Duty's gonna win.
Oh, you
Uh,
think? Wow.
Call of Duty,
Really?
well, it's Call of Duty for one,
hmm
so you got that. But Warzone was fun, and a lot
Yeah.
of people still play it. I mean, the new Call of Duty just came out, but people are still playing Warzone. Granted,
Right.
it's his own mode and everything, but people are still playing it to this day.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, no doubt. I mean, it has a strong impact in the
so
gaming community. So yeah.
I think I'm leaning more towards for Call of Duty to win, but
Yeah.
what I want to win, Among Us.
Of course.
I want Among Us to win. It's such a fun multiplayer game. Just get 10,
Mhm.
9 of your friends together and just have a full lobby, and it is just a blast.
Yeah, we
That is
definitely
what I
didn't see that happen in Huh Star.
want. Hey, at least I didn't say I think it'll win because I don't know. It might, but
Mhm. Yeah, wasn't hard to find where your heart was on that one though. I was like, or even finished. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be Among Us. Watch, but which
All
is
right.
cool. It's cool though.
Yeah, it's a great game. All right, Star.
Um, so I only played one of these games on the list. That's that's Animal Crossing, and I kind of don't think it should be in that list for multiplayer. So I'm not even considering that game. I believe, and I'm going to agree with Kid that COD, hands down, might just win this one because
Okay.
it's just the type of game that it just has a lot of fans. Like that entire franchise. It just
Mhm.
if you could put COD on anything, people going to support it. So
Mhm.
I don't see that not winning. That's probably going to be the number one ultimate win, regardless. Who I
Mm.
would like to see win, and
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
weird because I have not played this game, and I only heard of this game because of this category. It's Valorant. Valorant. When I
Nice.
went and looked it up, it's I would like to play this game.
There's a draw to it, huh?
Yeah, it
All
it
right.
does, and it's like one of those games that should be on consoles. Like it should be, but who knows what licensing issues or whatever reasons. But that's the one I think should win versus who I would like to see win versus who I think should win.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right.
Nice. Glad we
Huh.
got some diversity here.
Yeah,
Yeah. 2 against 1. Both of y'all picked COD. Okay.
yeah, COD.
That's crazy because I would have thought, once upon a time, I would have been the one that picked COD hands down. So it's
You
an
have a
interesting twist.
love-hate relationship with COD, so
I
you
would
know
say more of a hate now, but
Oh
yeah,
God.
it used to be love hate.
So, all right. So, keeping the ball rolling, and BP, you did write these answers down, right?
Uh, you know what? I'm glad you said that. Let me go back.
Oh God.
Oh no, I got you. I got you. Don't worry.
And
I'm
to
just
kind of
gonna
elaborate on
abbreviate.
that, our next show, what we were going to do is basically after the awards show has happened, we were going to kind of take a step back and look at our answers and kind of see how well or how bad we did, and kind of um, just see how far off we might have been, and kind of go from there.
I was thinking, how about we make it interesting too and add like a point system to it? I just thought about that.
or we
Okay,
can
yeah,
gamble,
Yeah.
why
yeah.
not?
Well,
This man loves the gamble, man.
hey,
God
why
dang.
not? You got to be in it to win it. No, but no, I was just thinking it'd be like cool if like let's say if we guess based off our pick of what we thought was going to win, from overall, outlook, we get a point for every one of those we get right, and then 2 points for the ones that we want to win, and those happen to pull it off. So I was just thinking something like that.
Okay.
Something
Just
like
make it
that.
interesting. Make it interesting.
Yeah, I'm fine with
And
that.
and the losers will have to buy lunch for the winners for the whole week.
Okay.
Oh,
All that.
alrighty.
You really put stakes in. Okay.
All
You
right.
I
know
like
what? I'm
the
down.
twist,
I'm
just
down.
throwing it out there, just
Gonna be
Being the
eating lunch from the vending machine.
being the risk high gambler I am. Let's go.
Oh God. Anyway, so uh next category we're gonna talk about the best ongoing game. So I'm gonna read the description just to kind of elaborate. Awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. And so these games we have Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky.
hmm.
Some interesting ones there.
Yeah, that's a weird list right there.
You put it all together, yeah.
All
So
right,
I'll
BP.
say, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I
Nah,
thought we are gonna go with the same roll call as last time. I'm sorry.
nah,
All
we can
right,
switch
you
it up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm the military brain here. I'm sorry. I apologize.
nice, nice. Um, I'll say this: all the games on here have definitely had some pretty good ongoing experiences. They've been really updating the game and giving something new to do every time you log in. Um, Obviously, No Man's Sky has definitely had the comeback again, like BP pointed out earlier, I'm not sure why this is on the list because it didn't come out this year. But actually, I guess this will make sense for this category because it's an ongoing game, so it would make
Right.
sense for it to come out this year. Obviously you got your Fortnite. Every week there's something new to do, some new event and everything, and your Call of Duty and Destiny 2, which have both been pretty good. Destiny 2 with its latest expansion, even though it seems like it might be a little mixed on the reception, and Apex Legends has just been a fun game since the beginning. So I don't know. It's tricky. They're all adding a lot of content. It's really hard to say. I think
Tougher than you thought, huh?
a little bit. Especially now that we putting, we're trying to gamble over it. I gotta make sure I'm right.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh man. I think Call of Duty is gonna win.
Oh,
I'm thinking Call of Duty will win it. But I wouldn't mind seeing Destiny 2. That's who I would like to see win.
okay.
Destiny 2, huh? That's what you like to
Destiny.
win, and you think Call of Duty once again?
Yeah, I think Call of Duty will win it. Yeah.
Okay.
What y'all think?
I'll let BP go next.
I was about to say, start. You can go ahead. I'm trying to type everything up, but yeah. I was rushing.
Just shorthanded.
Basically. But kid, you said Call of Duty.
Yeah, that I think will win.
Yeah.
And what I want to win is Destiny 2.
I'm actually really surprised by that still. I'm sorry. That's why I had to ask you that again. I was like, wait, he couldn't have said Destiny 2, but
Hey,
here we
just because
are.
I don't play it doesn't mean I don't think it's a good, live service.
Got you. I hear you.
Quick joke, what's not on this list for best ongoing?
Anthem.
Well, that. I was thinking something more recent.
I don't know.
Marvel's Avengers.
Oh, yeah.
True.
They didn't ante up enough money to be made to make access on the list, I guess,
Oh God. Gee, you done writing it up, sir?
Yeah. Let me go with my list. I
There you
believe I believe two of these games don't belong on the list at all. Apex Legends and No Man's Sky.
Nice.
Mind
Okay.
you now, I like Apex Legends when it first came out for the first 10 minutes. And then I realized that I could not kill nobody. It was frustrating. And so I think I played it one or two more times afterwards, but never picked it back up again. And I feel like my type of character in the video game industry, I'm like 40% of most of everybody else. And if this game does not capture me in that first 10 minutes, I don't want to play it no more. So that's not an ongoing game that I don't think too many people will want to do unless there's some type of major event that they create that cause a buzz again. What doesn't need a buzz is Destiny 2, because Destiny 2 has a storyline that just drives the game. So I'm going to say, as for the winner of this category, not because I think it should win, but I just feel like that's not, I'm sorry, I don't think because I want it to win, but this is what I think should win is Destiny 2.
Okay.
Now,
So
That's what
who
you
I
think should win?
Yeah,
think
you
I,
think should
yes,
win?
yes.
Okay.
So who do you think will win?
Now,
Yeah.
who I think will win, and this is going to sound crazy,
Oh man.
but I'm a big supporter of the underdogs. And No Man's Sky is the kind of game that I was looking forward to play when I first saw their actual demo. But because the game was delivered without any of the bells and whistles that they promised, I never picked up the game. But since but since then, and up to now, they had delivered on most of all the things they promised. And now with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, who knows what type of upgrades they can do to this game. This game has a future. So I think that's the game I want to see win.
So okay. All right.
So you want No Man's Sky? I mean, it did turn it around.
They turned
You know,
that.
they
That
started
they
rocky.
did.
But yeah, it's just so I'll give you credit on that.
All right,
Okay.
BP, what you got?
So what I think is going to win probably going to fall on Fortnite, and I just say that because I get a lot of exposure from my son playing it, and I get to see a lot of the different themes that they do in there, a lot of the different updates and seasons.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
That even though I don't play it, it just seems like every season they do, for example, is just meaningful.
Yeah.
It brings like a lot of different content that just you wouldn't imagine, and not to mention that they had that I believe it was this year, that concert with the Travis Scott thing.
Yeah, that was this year.
Yeah, so with that being the whole case, and most people were probably thinking, "Oh, that's not going to work," and then a lot of people end up enjoying it. So I just think with those moments alone and all the support that it keeps getting,
Uh-huh.
that is probably going to make that the shoe in. Because everybody still enjoys it, and it just feels fresh. It still feels fresh to them.
Okay.
Now, what I want to win, oh, this is where it gets interesting. I mean, by default, I probably would have to go with Destiny 2.
Nice,
Just because
nice.
I do see potential in it. I wasn't always in agreement with the directions it took, uh,
Mm.
particularly in the beginning when it came out, the first two DLCs, but, Forsaken and I think Shadowkeep and even Beyond Light, I'm hearing pretty good things about Beyond Light. Minus a couple things here and there, but it seems like it's in it for the long haul. And the fact that I think they're committing more to this than focusing on doing another sequel, for example. Um, so overall, I think I don't know. I kind of feel like I would have the desire for them to win it, or for that
Okay.
title
Okay.
to win it. So that's where I'm going to
Interesting.
with that. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So moving on, I figured next this one might be a little bit quicker so we can get through them. We got best score in music. Good old soundtrack. Like we were kind of talking last night. That soundtrack can make or break a game. It
That's
really
Yes.
true.
does add.
100% correct. Yes.
And so in this category, we have Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and The Last of Us Part 2. BP, you want to
Hmm.
start it off so you can type it up afterwards, or?
Yeah, I guess I can do that. So this is really a good one, and I'm gonna say this because even though I didn't play, I played a little bit of the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Wait,
Um,
what? Oh, the demo.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. I was about to say, what?
yeah. I figured you were, but I figured I'd give you enough time to realize. Oh yeah, demo.
Huh.
Um, but no, and not only that, but I've actually seen some gameplay, not a lot, but just enough to kind of get an idea of the music design. And then of course, Last of Us Part 2. But I
Okay.
had a chance to, you know, check out a few of the like Doom, for example, and I actually have to say I really like Doom's Doom Eternal soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was just high. I mean everything you expect of a high octane, just fueled, just
It
uh,
fits the gameplay so perfectly.
right. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't put it any better than that, kid. Thank you. But yeah, it really does. And it just really accentuates it. It was just perfect. But not to take away from Hades, for example. I thought it had a really good, presentation itself. Kind of a chill but edgy vibe, at least from what I got from it. Maybe I'm not describing it the best way people can relate, but it definitely it really spoke to me, and I'm just amazed by it because I'm like I hadn't even really spent that much time with it, but just hearing just like a minute or two, and it's like whoa, okay, it's pretty incredible. And then
Yeah.
you have like Ori and the Will of the Wisp, which had a really good soundtrack as well. Um, it's really hard. It's really hard on this one. Like what I think would win. Um, I I think I would. I'm gonna go against the grain and probably say Doom Eternal overall.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
that's what you
select
think?
that. Yeah, that's what I think will pull it off.
Okay.
Just because it just fits so well with what you're doing and the action, the pace of it.
And you're
Um,
Yeah.
writing this down, right?
what's that?
You're writing this all down right now.
Yes. Oh, ye of little faith, but yes, that I am. But as far as what I want to win, as much as I love Final Fantasy VII, just coming back from back in the days when I played the old version and then the remake, and just loving how much that's come along, I probably will still stick with The Last of Us 2
That's what you
as far
want
as
to win?
wanting to win, huh?
That's what you want to win? Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to win just because I think that the music of it's for me, it's like reminiscent of the first part. It just the music, the score tells a story itself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially with the different scenes that come up. So yeah, I just feel like, because it's not an easy thing to do, and for
Oh, yeah.
that scale, and things, that it's important to get it right to at least keep you flowing with the mood, and everything. So I think I'd say that one. I'd say
Okay.
Last of Us 2.
Nice. What about you, Star? You want to go next?
Sure. I'm gonna just put it out there in full disclosure. I have not played any of these games in this list. But for what I understand about what a movie does with their score and their music, it makes you feel like you're a part of that environment. And that's how good, of a score and song or music it is. If you feel like while you're watching that movie, you're just in it with it. You're feeling every emotion from every type of chord being played. I think Last of Us Part Two might have done what Last of Us Part One did, because actually played that game, and that
Oh,
was just amazing.
Hmm.
So
okay.
I feel like if they have replicated or done better than the first game, that they will win this category. Now, who I think should win this category, and this is going to be weird to say this because I did not play this game either, but Final Fantasy. Final
Hey,
Fantasy VII,
hey.
for some
Nice.
odd reason,
Nice.
just because of that gameplay and because I just understand how the soundtrack was for that game,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
it's just gonna be a fun game because if the music is just perfect with the fight scenes, it's just gonna make that fight scene that much better. So that's
Hmm.
what I want to see win, but what I think is going to win is Last of Us Part Two.
And I can kind of agree with the Final Fantasy VII remake. So I actually did play it, and the soundtrack was definitely pretty good. It was definitely a Final Fantasy soundtrack.
Mm,
Um, and kind of like what BP was saying earlier with Doom Eternal for me, um, a game is phenomenal, and the soundtrack it really gets you in the mood for it. And it's interesting because I don't even really listen to like this heavy death metal rock type genre that is
Yeah.
it is in.
Yeah.
But I mean, shoot, putting that on and killing some demons, yes sir, sign me up.
I mean, what better, right?
Exactly. So unfortunately, though, what I think is gonna win is
Mm.
the big dog, which is The Last of Us Part Two,
mm,
which
Okay.
it was definitely interesting, especially what they did, with the guitar sections. So it definitely wasn't bad per se, but I
Hmm.
think that's gonna win. What I want to win, if you couldn't already guess, Doom Eternal.
mhm.
Doom
Okay.
Eternal.
So pretty much the reverse of me.
Pretty,
Got it.
pretty
Okay.
much, yeah.
Nice. Nice. Okay. This should be very interesting. And I feel bad just listening to the star, because I'm like, gosh, he's so right about the Final Fantasy VII, because it just brings me back to the original when I played it, and I love that soundtrack so much. But I think that was part of my folly as well, just thinking so much more about that and really not experiencing the new one as much to see how much it's changed. So,
Ah,
so I think that kind of detriment. But I'll stick with my choices.
Got you. Okay. All right. So I figured this might be a quick one too. Best performance.
okay.
And this is referring to the voice actors' performance for the characters that they voiced in the game. Um, I think just to make it easier, we're just gonna name the character name.
Yeah,
Uh,
don't say the real names, 'cause
yeah.
Oh,
feels
goodness.
right.
So I just want to apologize to any voice actors who might be listening, but yeah, we're just gonna stick with the character for now. And then maybe next week when whoever wins, we can say, "Oh well, so and so won." So we have Ellie from Last of Us Part Two, Abby from Last of Us Part Two, Jin Sakai from The Ghost of Tsushima, uh, Hades from Hades,
Nice.
and Miles Morales from Miles Morales.
The Spider-Man.
There you go.
Yes. Who wants to kick it off?
You got this one, Star?
I mean, again, I did not play any of these games here,
Nice.
so I'm just gonna be really fast and gonna say Miles Morales because it's the type of character that he's portraying. Like when I read Spider-Man in the comic books,
Mm-hmm.
and when I read about, not read about, but when I actually put in my head what I think he should sound like, and then when I saw, the movie that just came out, this Into the Spider-Verse, I mean, they did it just right with that character voice, and
Mm-hmm.
they kind of did a good job of his voice in the game. I mean, it's not the same voice actor, but he still sounds pretty close. So
Mm.
I would say Miles Morales will win this one, and who I would like to see win this one is the same category, Miles Morales. So
Oh, okay.
Yes,
very easy.
okay.
Huh.
I guess I can go next unless you're ready, BP.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I can select some.
Okay, go ahead.
Ooh, man. So this is I only say this is tough for me because I'm gonna just start off the bat and say that I think it's gonna be between the two for Last of Us. Um, I'm really kind of stuck between between Ellie and Abby. Um,
Okay.
Honestly, what I think was going to win, if I had to come down to, if I had to really come down to me just guessing about who's going to pull it off, it may be Ellie that I feel like is going to win it
Okay.
overall. Now, as far as who I want to win, I mean, while I do want the Sakai character, to pull it off because of the nuances found in the character, I think I would really want to go more for Miles Morales, just because, mind you, I haven't played the new Spider-Man, but I've seen enough footage and kind of his interactions, especially with Peter, from the original Spider-Man
Yeah.
in some scenes. So with that, coupled with what I know from the Spider-Man before, the Spider-Man game before this,
Uh-huh.
he's pretty good. So yeah, I think overall that would be my desire of who I would want to win the Miles Morales character.
Interesting. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's not bad. I'm in a similar boat as y'all. Uh, who I think is gonna win? I think Abby's gonna win from The Last of Us Part 2, just because of all the controversy
Yeah.
surrounding her character. Um,
Yeah.
not to say that the actress didn't do a great performance because the mocap and the facial
Yeah.
animations and the acting itself, it was all great.
Yeah. She did phenomenal.
The character sucks, but the voice actor was cool.
See, now you're getting into why it was hard. 'Cause I was like, oh gosh.
And see, for that reason, that's why I can't vote for Jin, because Jin was a great character, and I think the voice actor did a great job. But
Right.
my problem was he was so one dimensional in like his deliveries, and so while
Yeah.
again nothing against the voice actor,
Mm-hmm.
it was the same, which was great for
Yeah.
what it was, but
Yeah.
so I think Abby's gonna win it, but I think I'm with y'all. I think I would like to see Spider-Man win it.
Miles.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Who
like
would
I
be
said, there's a
back?
little nuance to the Jin Sakai. It's just not yeah, I agree with you on that. I just didn't think it was just
My
not that.
honor.
Yeah.
This
It
isn't
just
a
wasn't
samurai way.
it just wasn't enough to push me to that edge of, oh yeah, absolutely, hands down, better than any on this list. So
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So I was thinking next we could do best esport game. Ooh,
Mm,
let
oh
me
yeah, we did pick esports.
yeah, we did.
but it's kind of it's a lot of the same game, so it
Hmm.
should be pretty quick and easy.
Yeah, I
As
probably
soon
won't
as I
spend
can
much time on this.
find the categories, I'm getting there.
Esports
Almost. Here we go.
athletes, esport coach.
All right, so we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare, of course.
Yeah, naturally.
Counter Strike Global Offensive, aka CS:GO. Good old Fortnite, uh, League of Legends, and Valorant.
All right, can I go back to just one thing here because I went down their categories. Why are there so many for esports? Esports athletes, esports coach, esports
Esport
events,
player.
esports game, esports host,
That's
esports
pretty
team.
wild. Yeah.
You know, esports has been throwing money at everything to get people to get hyped for their little industry that they are pumping all this money into, and it looks like the Game Awards is falling for the trap because no one really cares. I'm not trying to be that guy, but it's esport. It doesn't need to have that many categories at all. But
Well, but it's becoming a bigger thing, and
It is.
a lot of people,
do we have
especially a
numbers?
lot of I mean, different events have, different numbers. But I know a lot of gamers, um,
Mhm.
especially are really pushing for esports to become a more, acceptable form of sport,
Mm,
and I mean, this kind of goes along with it. How many awards are given out for NBA players and NFL players? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
that's a real sport.
ah, and see,
That's a
that's the thing. People want
that's
Yeah.
esports to be a real sport.
but that's the
It's
thing. That's we need to hold off on this for a whole another show because I think
yeah.
it's a great category for another show. So I won't put too much time into that. So
Yeah.
out of the options that they have for these esports games,
Okay.
um, I'm gonna say that Fortnite is gonna win hands down.
You gonna pull
And
it off? Okay.
yeah, and who I think should win is probably gonna be Fortnite. I just because that game is so large. Like,
Mhm.
yeah. So
So
that's all I have for that one.
so giving credit where it's due, right? Just
Yeah.
Fortnite. Got it.
Nice, nice.
Okay. What about you, kid? Let's try it for you this time. What you think?
Ah, we going to me. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Mix it
Um
up.
again, like I said, we kind of got a lot of the same games here. And so I guess I had my answer ready, but now I'm thinking about it. I gotta take a step back and look at it from what this category is, and that's esport game. Um and originally I was gonna say Valorant, but now I'm just thinking,
Mhm.
um, what I think is gonna win, I'm gonna say League of Legends, just because
Oh,
League is like the biggest
Okay.
game in the world. So I
it
mean,
yeah.
It does have a huge following. So yeah.
that's like the biggest game in the world. So I think League is gonna
Isn't
win
that
it.
the game making the most money? Like, I forgot how I read that in an article, but isn't it that game like making a lot of money, like for what it
I'm
does?
sure
'Cause
it does.
yeah, okay.
I'm sure it makes buku's money. It's probably ridiculous, man.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, and I guess what I would like to see win, um, that's a great question. I'm gonna say Call of Duty.
Oh,
Hmm. COD.
I would say Valorant, but it just doesn't appeal to me, so I'm just gonna leave it out.
Okay.
I know I'm terrible.
No, no, it's all good, man. It's all good. Go what you know, man. That's understandable. So, as far as what I think is gonna win, it really came down to Fortnite and League of Legends. Just because they are both phenomenally big
Yeah.
things. So, if I really had to make a choice of what I think was really gonna pull it off, probably gonna sound repetitive, but I think Fortnite will.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, just because it just again, just the magnitude of it. You got even celebrities that come in wanting to join in on that stuff. I mean, there's no denying the magnitude of it.
I
So
mean,
I have
but
to
you,
say
you
that.
can't really base it on those celebrities because Hollywood's been shut down for COVID, so they gotta find jobs somewhere. So
Well, yeah, but I mean, just the
Man,
idea that they want to commit, from what I've seen anyway, the fact that they want to commit that time to even be a part of that,
they got
that
nothing else to do.
landscape. Hmm?
Jesus.
They really don't have anything else to do. There's no movies being. I mean, they're recording or shooting some movies, but
Hmm.
2020 is kind of shut down Hollywood. So this has been another avenue stream of money for them to get into the gaming industry.
I know
That's
that.
what I've
No,
been noticing.
I know denying there, but I mean, look at esports. I mean, it's not just the passion of players want to play. I mean, they do it for like the contest and who's the best and win
Yeah.
money, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, and you get paid from that stuff. So if you're really good,
Oh, a lot of money. Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
So um, but yeah, so I'll just go with that. What I want to win, I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Counter Strike just because I'm like, my goodness, Counter Strike. Like it's like I don't know what it is with me, but I always think in my mind it's like every year I think, all right, Counter Strike, it had this thing, it's fine, I'm sure people will start tapering off and doing other things, and nope, it's still to this day it remains a force to be reckoned with. So Counter Strike, I'd have to say probably was what I would want to win, just because it's been around,
Definitely.
and it just has
Okay.
such a following.
All right. So pretty good. So moving on, I think this one might be an interesting or really quick one. But best indie.
Indie.
So we got, I don't know, is that Carry On? However you pronounce that game. Someone want to correct me down the road, that's fine. Fall Guys, Hades, Spelunky 2, and Spiritfarer. I guess I can go real quick because I'll probably be really quick. I've only played, I think, one of these games. I do want to play Hades. It's definitely on my wish list and
That's on my
to-do
list
list.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, same here.
But uh and I think I'm gonna be easy here. What I want to win and what I think is gonna win is gonna be Hades.
Okay. All right, Hades for the win that you say. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is that overall across the board, Hades?
Yeah. Yeah, for
Okay.
both. I
So
think
Hades
I
for
want
both.
it to win and I think it'll win.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I'll go next unless Star you want to, or you good?
I didn't play any of those games, so you can go. You can.
So I think for the first part, I'm gonna go a kid on the Hades. I just think there can be no understating how incredible that game is for indie title. Just from what I've seen, I haven't played it, mind you, but what I've seen and what I've learned about it, all the different not varieties, but variables that makes it fun. Apparently, the multiple playthroughs. What you called it something,
A
kid
roguelike.
roguelike. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, and the fact that that apparently makes it even more all the more interesting the story. I mean, and the various
Yeah.
I guess boss encounters that you're having with it. And so, given all that, I mean, I don't think there's any denying how incredibly surprisingly fun it is for many people out there. So I believe that yeah, it's gonna definitely be the one that wins. Now, what I want to win, surprisingly, it was between Hades and the Spiritfarer. Just
Okay.
because
Okay.
Spiritfarer looked very interesting, and I did like the artwork in there a whole lot. I love the fact that from what I'm hearing that it had a strong emotional ties to it. But I had to, you know what? I'm at the echo what Kid says. Just do Hades again. Just because
Nice.
just from what I've seen of it, man, it just really looks really really fun. It looks very very incredible. And this has
Okay.
got to be one of those few indie titles that just makes me want to play it as bad as like seeing a AAA title that I've been waiting on for years wanting to play. So,
I think
Okay.
your laptop can run it too.
oh well, hey, all the more better.
Yeah. Probably can. It probably can.
I hope so.
I hope so.
There we go. Here it is.
All right, start what you got.
Well, I'm gonna just jump on the bandwagon and go with Hades because
Nice. All
uh,
right.
the only reason why I know of this game is because I own a Switch, and so the game trailer showed up one day, and I was like, "What is this coming to the Switch?" And the game looks like one of these over the head like I'm not sure what other games I can compare it to. Um, but it looked like one of those turn-based games at first. But when I first kind of like judged it, but then I was like, "Oh, this
Mhm,
looks really fun." And
mhm.
it's on the Switch, and I need another game to play. So it's one of those games that I want to buy. So I'm gonna just put this out there that that's the game I want to see win that category because I want to buy that game.
Nice. All
But
right.
So Hades was sweet for you as well.
yeah, not
Okay.
sweet, not sweet because we have a mutual friend that is trying to get us to play this other game, Fall Guys, and they
I see what you're
love
doing.
this
Okay,
game.
got
And,
you.
and I looked this game up because of all the things they keep saying about this game, and the game looks fun.
It
Okay,
is.
I
it
mean,
is very
I just don't want to spend the money for that game at the moment. But
Oh man, it was on PlayStation Plus a couple
It
months ago,
was.
and
man. You missed
don't
out.
rub it in. Don't rub it in. I
Oh
don't know. I
Yeah,
didn't
man.
say I
he
had
already
it.
got it. He already got it good
Oh
from our
man.
Oh
mutual friend.
man.
Nice, nice.
But
All
Yeah.
right.
but that's the game that I think is going to win because just out of all the games in this category, that's the most fun game there is. And when it comes to
Oh yeah.
indie games make their name based on the fun factor more than anything else.
Yeah.
That's how
Okay.
I
That's a
feel.
point.
So yeah,
Yeah.
So
That
you
is
be-
in
so
this
you
multiplayer.
so you think Fall Guys is gonna win it, and you want Hades to win, or let me
I
see if I can.
want Hades to win, but Fall Guys I think is going to win.
Okay, I just want to make sure I wrote
Yeah.
that in right. Nice.
Interesting. Okay. So moving on to best mobile game. So
I
It should be
mean,
short.
so the nominees are Among Us, Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, Legends of Runeterra, and Pokemon Cafe Mix.
I
Anybody
never
wants?
knew that was a game.
I
Pokemon
didn't.
Cafe.
Yeah, I didn't. I was about to say I did not hear about that one.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, I guess we can X that one. But yeah, who's starting?
Anybody?
I can be real fast. I
All right.
already think COD for both of those categories. I think should
Nice.
win and
Oh,
what
okay.
will win.
LD for both. Okay.
I just heard that the gameplay on the mobile phone is pretty fun. So
hmm
yeah, so
Yeah, it has some fun moments to it. I'm not gonna lie. What about you, kid? What are you thinking? Where you want me to go?
So it's a toss up between Among Us and Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
um,
Probably.
now, and see, I really want to say Genshin Impact is what I want to win, but
hmm
it's hard because the category is mobile game,
hmm
and Genshin Impact is on the mobile, but it's also on PC.
it's
Yeah.
the exact same game.
It is, yes,
Yep.
Huh. Okay.
and it's a much more enjoyable experience on the PC compared to your phone. Um, so when I think about Genshin, I think of it mainly as a PC game or a console game because it's on PS4 as well, rather than a mobile game.
Hmm.
So it's tough because if it was PC, I would say, oh yeah, definitely Genshin. But since we're talking strictly mobile, um, I think Among Us is going to win it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, and and I think I want Among Us to win it.
Oh. Oh.
So you
Okay.
want Among Us to win, and you
Yeah.
think it's gonna win?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just looking at Genshin just as a mobile game, eh, I think Among Us.
Okay. Well, that's fair. So, um, I'm not gonna really spend a lot of time. I honestly think Among Us is gonna win it. I'm not gonna kid myself here. Right, try to talk anything out. I just feel like it will pull it off. Um, it's funny because I really was thinking about Genshin Impact, but then you made that really good point just now about it technically not really resting only on mobile. So,
Uh-huh.
um, so yeah, I'm sticking with Among Us on that. Now, as far as what I want to win, uh, I honestly just to throw a curve out there, Call of Duty Mobile.
Nice, there it
Yeah,
is.
I'm gonna go with that just because I
Yeah.
did play it and I really had doubts and reservation on. Come on, a Call of Duty mobile game, it's gonna be trash. But I actually played it and I was like, you know what? This is actually pretty good. I mean, I do hate Call of Duty still, but
Jeez.
I have to give credit where it's due and say it actually, functioned really good. Didn't have as much stutter as I thought, and controls were pretty solid for the most part for a mobile.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I'll give it credit. And then it was free too.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
Oh,
definitely helps.
so
Okay, interesting. So moving on, we got best fighting game. This one we have Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, uh, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition, One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, and Under Night in Birth EXE Late.
Nice.
I don't know why that's in two different spots.
So I
Yeah.
guess I can go real quick because I'll be honest, I enjoy fighting games, but I'm not a big fighting game advocate
Mhm.
or player. So
Mhm.
what I think is gonna win, Mortal Kombat
Oh,
11.
yeah.
But I want to win Mortal Kombat 11.
Wow. Okay, that wasn't too pretty brief. Okay. I'm with
Yeah,
it. With it. No, that makes sense.
I don't think I
I'm
played
and I'm
any of these games, so
and I mean I'm kind of in the same boat as you. Like I don't really get into fighters. Like I loved fighters back in the day, but they don't really have as a strong a pull on me anymore. But
uh,
I will say that given what I've seen of the Mortal Kombat, I do feel like that's going to pull it off as well. I don't think there's a question about that. Now, what I want to win, I definitely don't want Street Fighter 5 to win. And I kind of One Punch Man looks. I mean, I like the show a lot, and then it did look interesting, like the actual game. But gosh, I don't know if I have a pick for this one. No,
hey,
maybe
okay.
if I had it by default, maybe I probably would stick with Mortal Kombat. So just by default,
Got you.
yeah, because it's just what I've seen of it. You know, that whole formula of how they do it is fun. It looks really fun. So I'll stick with that.
Well,
Star?
I'm just gonna stick with the same answers you have because I love MK11. I mean, they brought in Melina, and I think I don't need to play any other fighting games now because that was one of my favorite characters, and now she's back in this game. I'm happy. So I
Yeah,
want them to win, and I think they're gonna win. So there we go.
All right.
nice. Didn't it have Rambo too?
They got Rambo. I mean,
Rambo.
yeah. I mean, this is that's not as exciting, but
Come on, man, Rambo. Come on.
I mean, his character and his fighting style is kind of fun, but there's already other fighters in the game that does what he does. So
Got
they
you.
should have brought in Rocky and had a boxer. I mean,
Ah,
they could have done more. They could have done something else for that actor instead of Rambo. But it
I'll
is
be
what it
honest.
is.
I would have been so in it just for the dialogue alone.
Tell
Nah.
yo, I'm still they missed the mark on that man.
Yeah, that dialogue would have been hilarious, man. I already know.
Hey, Rambo? What Rambo? Okay.
Yeah.
So for the next category, we have, and this might be one Star Child likes, best family game.
Because
Huh?
I'm a family man. Nope.
Oh man. Well, it has some Nintendo games in here.
Yep.
So we have Animal Crossing New Horizons, Crash Bandicoot 4, Fall Guys, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, Minecraft Dungeons, and Paper Mario the Origami King.
So you gonna want me to go first because of my biasness towards Nintendo? I
Yeah,
see
man,
what's
go
going
ahead.
on. Now, here's the thing: if anybody wants to spend the money because of the type of, uh, it's just a different type of gameplay. If you are into any AR type of gaming, that Mario Kart Live looks amazing. The idea that you just can this interact with the real world, but you're also playing in a video game with that actual car. It looks like that's going to be the next level to video gaming, and that's what Nintendo does. The innovativeness of Nintendo. I'm not going to keep on staying on that soapbox talking about Nintendo. So
Oh,
because
man.
of that crazy new way of playing games, and it's in a family game category. That means that so many people are going to sit around and just look at what that one person is doing in this game. It involves people just being so interested in it. That's gonna win it. It's just I not that I think it's gonna win it. It's going to win it.
So you think
Now
Mario's gonna win it?
Yeah. Now, who I want to win it because I'm going to say this again because of this mutual friend. I love the way that game looks, and I just don't want to spend the money. But Fall Guys should win it because it looks hella fun. So
Okay, so Fall
You
Guys
got you.
to win. Okay,
You
all
want to go
right.
next, PP?
Uh, yeah, I was trying to reflect on this one too. Um,
I can go if
so
you're
I
not
would have,
ready.
huh?
I can go if you're not ready.
Well, no, I mean, I was thinking because here's the thing. So I was thinking Fall Guys that would absolutely win, but then I thought more about the fact of family, right? And what do you think of
Yeah.
when you have a family game? You have a game that obviously the whole family is participating in. And I was thinking with Fall Guys, if I'm not mistaken, you can't do that all on one like console, right? You have to be online to.
wait, there's no
Yeah.
split player screen?
I
I
don't
don't
think it's
believe
split
so.
screen, but you can have a party and play with a group of people.
Yeah, but it's mainly
Ah,
online, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I was kind of thinking, like, oh, I mean, is that really? I mean, granted, you can say, hey, I can play it, and my family can sit around and watch it, but then I thought to myself, like, how many people really want to do that?
Yeah.
Um, so, so then I looked at, Animal Crossing and the Mario Kart, Mario Kart Live, and I was just really trying to really go with what would have kind of fit that category the best. Um, and I don't know, and I don't know much about Minecraft Dungeons. I mean, if you can fill me in on that,
it's
you know.
Minecraft. It just can add
Yeah,
any name at the end of it. It's still Minecraft.
but I mean, as far as like something that the family can play on, I don't think that's the case
Yeah.
either, right? That,
Think Diablo, but Minecraft.
but you can't. So you can do multiple people in one kind of
Uh,
like
I
environment.
I think it has split screen, but
I
I'm
think
not.
most Minecraft does split screen because I've seen my nephews use it before. So I'm not sure about dungeons, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't remember. I know again it's online because I did play with my friend, but I don't know. I can't remember if it's split screen or not.
I'll tell you what. You know what? Just out of bold, I'm just being bold. I'm gonna do Mario Kart as thinking it's gonna win.
it's augmented reality. I mean, that's just crazy. Just, yeah.
Nice. All
So yeah,
right.
what he said, and so- and as far as what I would want to win, I would really want. I mean, I probably really would want to stick with Fall Guys to win.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'll stick with that. I mean, even though as I said, it just doesn't for me. It doesn't really fit too well in that kind of genre in that category, but just because it's so fun, and again, I look at it as like a wipeout, but in a game that people can sit there and laugh at you about, like, oh look, you got
Mhm.
knocked aside. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Got you. Okay.
I can go with that at least.
So yeah, I think I agree with you. I think what I want to see win is Fall Guys because it is
Okay.
a fun game, and I could see that being a family fun game to play and everything like that.
Hmm.
Um, and what I think is going to win is probably Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
That game took the internet by storm when it
It
came
did.
out, and
One of
it's
the
such a hmm?
best-selling games on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Uh, what that?
I just definitely see that one taking the lead and everything, which as it probably should.
So yeah, given the traction it's had, yeah, I agree.
All right, so I'm thinking next we move on to best narrative. So
Okay.
we have 13 Sentinels, whatever that is. I'm not really sure. I'm sorry. uh, Final Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Hmm.
I
Who
could be
wants to
fast with this one.
All right.
So, Last of Us Part 2, I've heard mixed reviews. So, because of that, I never played the game. It made me not want to play the game to have the price go down. So, I think that it's going to be Final Fantasy 7 because it was like the game had the hype and it actually lived up to the hype. So, that's the one I think is going to win. But
Got you.
Mhm.
the game that I like to see win because of the two great buddies right here who talks about this game all the time,
Oh
Ghost of
man.
Tsushima, because
Okay.
I've heard the reviews, and one of the things that someone said that stuck in my mind to this day is the fact that the game, you know how with most Japanese or Chinese or any type of martial arts game or samurai or ninja game, they take the element to they kind of make it more fantasy. This game
Mhm,
kept it true to life, how a person in that era would fight and how that actual atmosphere should look and how people should act. And it just felt more authentic to the culture. And so
mhm.
because they kept it so what's the word, respectful to the culture, I would like to see that game actually win.
Got you. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
I guess I can go real quick because
Yeah, what you got?
funny enough, I think mine are about to be the same as Star Child's here.
Oh,
Um,
Okay.
well, I think the story definitely fell off and was not as great as it could have been, and they made a
Mhm,
lot of dumb choices.
mhm.
I think The Last of Us Part Two is gonna win.
Yeah.
Just all the people with, let's just say, appeased. A lot of people did were pleased with the choices that they made in the game.
Mhm,
Um, and I just think a lot of people are gonna be like, "Yay, that's it." Uh,
mhm.
but what I want to win, Ghost of Tsushima. I like the whole, samurai learning to maybe have to go against his code to save his people in his homeland. I did enjoy that story.
Okay. All right. Well, just real quick, I'm probably going to echo the same thing you said. With The Last of Us 2, believing that's going to win. I just think by default it's just going to do it. I mean, just because so much has gone into it, even though it did divide a lot of people, and even though it did have some, even for my personal experience, some shortcomings on the storytelling. I just feel like it's just too large of a scope of what they were trying to do and the points they were trying to make, and the
Yeah.
connections that were either severed or, uh, you know, new connections that were made. I just feel like that's gonna definitely play a big role in it winning. Um, Now, as far as what I want to win, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what I would pretty much want to win. Um, but I'm gonna throw a swerve and actually go for Final Fantasy.
Oh,
Yeah, didn't expect that, huh?
nice. I did not know.
Yeah, and the reason
That'd be
being is because
difficult.
even though I haven't had the fortune of playing it all the way and everything, I still look forward to it because it's this timeless story that I knew from even when it originally came out, and just based off the friends I've had that played it, and they didn't give me spoilers or anything, but just the fact that they say it's just so much more in depth of like Midgar,
Yeah.
and the actual environments coming to life, whereas it's actually its own character now.
But you're
Uh,
not upset that they split this into separate games
oh,
versus
don't get me
it being a
started
how,
on that.
full.
Yeah, I
how
mean,
much how much time do you have?
yeah, like, I don't you wanna be here all night, buddy? Okay. Um, no, but so even with all that being said, because Star, like you pointed out, yeah, I did take some issue with because I just would have liked there to be a roadmap as to how all this whole story is gonna come together. Regardless, I feel like because it's been fleshed out so much and put so much and so much care has been put into these characters to flesh them out even more somehow. I wanted to win because of that effort.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So
Hey,
moving
kid,
on, we
speechless. He's
Kid,
like,
kid was still sitting there
yeah,
going,
he
"This
was
dude
just
just not went with Final Fantasy."
it's like, what?
it's definitely a
In
shocker,
shock.
man.
Yeah,
It's definitely a
exactly.
shocker. So so we're almost finished, but moving on, we now
Okay.
have best role playing game. Hey, I was waiting on this one.
Uh-huh.
Nominees are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Who wants to kick it off?
But
BP.
oh, okay.
What? What'd you say?
I
No,
said,
I was gonna say about you, man, because you seem like it was really really salivating, man, at this one. It's like, oh, because I already know what you're going for.
All
That's obvious, but yeah, I mean, but I can definitely go real quick. That's fine.
right.
Probably won't spend a lot of time on this. What I think is gonna win, probably going to rest on. I think Final Fantasy is gonna pull it off. Um, just from everything I've heard about that, I'm not gonna rehash it.
Got
But
you.
as far as what I want to win, nah, I'll say Final Fantasy. I'll stick with that.
All right.
'Cause
Okay.
again, just the care of it that went into it.
Okay.
Star.
Oh no, kid, you go. You take him on this.
Oh well. Definitely all some great games here. Definitely great games. Not spending too much time, but what I think is going to win is
Mhm.
Genshin Impact.
Oh, okay.
Which don't get me wrong, is a phenomenal game. Definitely a fun game.
Mhm.
I definitely enjoyed it. Can't wait for more content to come out and everything.
Mhm.
But what I want to win
Go ahead and
and
type it
what
now.
should win,
Mhm.
Persona 5 Royal.
There it
Come
is, yeah.
Of
on. Ain't
course.
no question about it, man. That
Hey,
is one of
that
the best JRPGs of this generation, man. I cannot stress this enough to anybody listening. If you have not played Persona 5, and if you like JRPGs like the old school Final Fantasy games and whatnot, do yourself a favor and pick up Persona 5. More specifically, Royal, but either or, man. Pick up Persona 5. You will not be disappointed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I had it written down for you even,
Nice. I'm
started.
glad.
I have no idea who to pick for any of those two categories, who should win and who I would like to see win. But
Mhm.
because again, Kid talks about Persona 5, and then I know another person that also talks about Persona 5, that I'm just gonna throw it out there, just that I would like to see them win it because it seemed like it's a great game.
Asa.
Alright.
Yeah, who I think is going to win the game because it was just to me, I think it's probably, is it in the list of game of the year? Is Final Fantasy 7 game of the year category?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Okay, because it's in that category, I believe that this game will be winning in the best role playing game.
Okay, interesting.
Okay. Alright. I got you down on that. Alright. Cool,
All
cool.
right, so best
Look at
art
that
direction.
support for Persona 5.
I know, I love to see it, man. This feels good.
I
Alright.
mean, I
You
just
said
need
best
you
art
to
direction.
know that I want Ruth Chris for my lunch. Man, you know me.
There it is. Yep. See?
Jesus, man. Yeah, best art direction.
Okay. Alright.
Final Fantasy 7 remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and Last of Us Part 2. And I guess I can give my nominations real quick 'cause I can be pretty quick with it. What I want to win,
Okay.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The game just looked fantastic with the particle effects and the world that they created and
Mhm.
everything like that. It just looks amazing. What I think is gonna win, Last of Us Part 2.
Mhm.
Ah,
Think Last of Us is gonna win that. Okay.
all right. What about you, BP?
If I'm gonna be real quick about this myself, I do believe I agree with The Last of Us definitely winning. You know, I feel like it's gonna win. I just hands down. You take a look at that game and how everybody reacted to it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a mistake in that at
Yeah.
all. That's gonna pull that away. Now, what I want to win, again, this might be a shocker, but
Yeah,
Ori.
that game looks amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really good. I cannot front. I remember seeing a few bits and pieces of footage here and there about
It's
what the gameplay. I know footage is, yeah, hashtag that. But anyway, but yeah, I remember seeing footage of it, and it looks really incredible. I mean, it just looks very just vibrant and rich in color, and the design of the world that you're in, and just for because you don't see it as you probably a lot of people probably wouldn't see it as big as some of these other titles here, but just the fact that it was alone just captured that magnificence. I do feel like it's worthy of winning.
Yeah. Now,
okay.
this is a hard category because almost every single thing on this list kind of deserves to be there.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that I think is going to put this one title over the top is because it delivered, and that's Final Fantasy VII. Because if you remember how Final Fantasy VII first looked, the
Mm-hmm.
original game, and
Mm-hmm.
and the idea that these designers was able to redefine it and bring it into the art direction that fits with today's consoles,
Hmm.
it, I'm impressed. And again, I'm not a big Final Fantasy gamer at all, but the game looks amazing. It plays like it plays like they redesigned the game from the floor up, so from the
Yeah.
ground up.
Hmm.
So that's a crazy art direction to go. That it's harder to take something that already exists and turn it into something else versus starting from scratch and just making something new. So I
Mm.
think that they will win this one. Now, who I
Got
want
you.
to win it is Ori, because that game just looks like I forgot
Nice.
the name. It was another game that I bet you when I describe it, you probably know it, but may not know the name. But it was a dog, and basically it was like paintbrush style of how the art was.
Oh, Okami?
There we go. Yeah, it's like that
Oh yeah.
game was so different for its time that it just made you want to play it because of how it looked. This is a game. Ori is that type of game right now. Like it's this art style makes me want to say I need to play this game because I need to see how this world looks. So I
Hmm.
would like to see Ori win it, but I think Final Fantasy has this one.
Okay.
All right, nice.
Okay.
Some diversity here.
Hey, that's what we like.
All right, so coming up on the last couple of ones here, we have best game direction. We
Mm,
have Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alex, and The Last of Us Part 2. Who wants to kick
what's
it
the
off?
description of game direction? Like I don't really
So,
know what that should mean.
so they put awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
Game direction. Still didn't describe what game direction means. um, yeah, I'm going to sound ignorant if I try to answer right now. Let me look up what game direction means. Okay, you can go
Got
ahead.
you. Okay.
So, what kid you want me to go or you got it?
Go ahead if you want.
Okay. Um. So what I think is going to win the game direction because I think the biggest factor here is going to be the innovation. So I think given uh I think I'm probably going to go with Half Life.
Okay.
Um, I think, and I say that just because if I'm weighing it all, I think the VR is going to kind of the VR portion of it, because I'm hearing how amazing that part of the game was. Um, as far as its presentation, how it looks, and the
Yeah.
innovation of it, I think it would probably end up pulling it off. Just my hunch.
Okay.
Um, but if I'd say if there was a game I wanted to win that, I probably would go with Hades.
It's nice.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
That's definitely gonna be a top one in there. I definitely could see it taking
yeah,
something.
right.
I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but what I think is gonna win, Last of Us Part 2. Again,
Okay.
you just got a huge game that was highly anticipated, and it did piss off a lot of people, but there's a lot of people it made really happy, and
Right.
um, so I definitely, I mean, the direction. Some people loved it, some people hated it, so I think that one's definitely gonna be a big one. Um, what I want to see win, again, no shocker, Ghost of Tsushima.
Nice.
It didn't necessarily do anything new, but having so many different things in the open world that actually improved you as a character, really encourage you to stop and go take this in and go do this and go try this challenge out because
Hmm.
everything you did, made you as a character better, and I love
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm still pissed because I took the time out to look up what game direction means.
Yeah.
And if you go online, there's no definitive answer for that.
Oh man.
Mhm.
So, from what I'm gathering, what game direction should mean, I think that Ghost of Tsushima might win this one because
Okay.
not just not just the art style, not just the storytelling, it feels like you're in that world once you're in that game. And for me, I'm the kind of person like let's say Zelda games, for example. When I can
Mhm.
play a Zelda game, if there's somebody in the room with me, they are enjoying the game more than I am because of how they are just immersed in in the actual game itself and seeing the game play out from their perspective versus me actually playing the character in the game. And that's how I felt when I sat and watched the game being played by UBP. It's like it felt like I'm looking at a movie
Oh
and you
yeah,
were
yeah, I remember
playing
that.
out a movie. So
Yeah.
they did everything right to make that game feel like you're just sitting there and you're being immersed in that game.
Hmm.
Um, the other game that I think that's the game I think is going to win. The game I think should win though is Half-Life
Okay.
because that's freaking a VR game, and that game is probably the best looking VR game out there at the moment. And
Hmm.
the way you look in that, like the way the world looks in that game and how you interact in that game feels like
Hmm.
that's what VR should be. Like, no one
Yeah.
should make anything less than this. Like, it should be now taking this and stepping it up to the next level. So
Hmm.
that's the game I like to see win it because VR needs to keep growing, or it's just going to become another niche thing, and it's going to wait another 10 years to be worth something else again.
Fade
Yeah,
out and come back
definitely.
in, right? Yeah.
Definitely. Nice. All right. So again, some diverse answers. I'd love to see it. All right, guys. We are down to the last three. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right. Best action game. We have Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Neo 2, and Streets of Rage 4.
Mm.
Tell you, who would have knew? Streets of Rage, man.
I
Let's give
know,
it up
right?
just for that, just for making it, man. That's
Uh,
incredible.
so I guess I can go real quick. Um some pretty interesting games on here. VP and I recently bought Neo 2, so
Mhm.
cannot comment on it just yet because you haven't played it, but definitely excited to play it.
Oh yeah.
Half-Life Alyx is definitely a phenomenal VR game. I have played that. But I think what's going to win just because of all the talk it's been getting is Hades.
Okay.
Um, but what I want to see win is of course Doom Eternal.
Yeah. Okay.
Blasting demons, man. It's a blast. I'm telling you.
Nothing like it, huh?
Nothing like it, man.
All right. I mean, I guess I can go next. It's fine. Um, think that I think honestly, Doom Eternal's gonna pull it off just because it's fast paced, like throughout the whole thing. Like you don't get a moment to breathe, and I feel like that resonated with a lot of people as far as action. Um,
Mhm.
and again, it focuses less on really story elements and is really focusing more on just you just gutting everything and then blowing
Oh
everything
yeah.
up. So that's
Oh
that's
yeah.
why I would kind of go strong with that. What I would like to win, just from the how impressed I was with the gameplay, Hades.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the action of it because I honestly didn't fully expect that much action, and when I saw it, I was
Uh
like, oh wow, okay, I can see why people are raving about this. So
y'all
I'll
really
definitely
y'all really about to have me go buy Hades after this.
yeah, listen, I'm already there, man.
Hey, you have a Switch, man. I don't see why you shouldn't.
I probably get on PC to be honest with you.
But then you can't bring it to work. I mean, you're not
Ah!
supposed to bring games to work, just
Nice,
saying
nice. There it is.
it.
Well, hey, we all know what Star Child does now. Good thing they
Oh
don't know where you
man.
work, right? Wink, wink.
All right, start. What you got?
Yeah.
What you thinking, man?
Alright, so when it comes to action, I think that, to me, action means something that keeps you going. Like it's something that keeps your blood pumping.
Hmm.
Um, and when that happens, that means it's keeping your interest. It's keeping you, some part of you, always in that fight and flight. Street of Rage. I haven't played this game, but I remember the arcade game. I remember, the old school game, and it was too repetitive. It was just button matching, and that's not action for me. So I don't know the newest game is anything like that, but
Hmm.
I don't think that's action. So I'm going to just say Doom Eternal because that's the fight and flight that I was just thinking that when you put the word action in front of it, that's what you
Hmm.
should feel in the game.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's the game I think is going to win. But the game I would like to win because again I would like to buy this game is Hades.
Okay.
A lot of
Hey,
Hades love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mad at that. So right now we actually show even more love and buy it now. So
I know. Honestly, I'm probably gonna wait another week or two for the Steam winter sale to happen and then probably
uh,
pick it up.
that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think the last sale was like $5 off, because it's new, but
Right.
a buck two here or there goes a long way.
Yeah,
that's true.
exactly.
Okay, so last two we got best action adventure. Um, this is gonna be Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Star Wars Fallen Order, and Last of Us Part 2. Who wants to kick it off?
I can be
Mm.
fast because I
All right.
always see the two I want to see win. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. The game looks amazing. The game plays amazing, and
That's
I
what you
want
want to win?
yes, and I
Okay.
actually was looking forward to a first person type Star Wars game. And this, well, this is not first person, third person,
Yeah,
but
no, I was about to
this,
say.
yeah, the way that they did this game, though, the way that the character looks and it just the lightsabers is like, wow, this is the movie. We are getting closer to a Star Wars game that feels like I'm an actual, Jedi. So
uh,
that's the game I would like to see win because of how it just makes you feel like if you're a nerd like me, you can actually feel like the actual Jedi in the game. The game that I think is going to win, and hands down, I bet you I'll buy your two lunch if it doesn't happen. But
Nice.
Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. I mean,
Think that's
on
gonna
the
win? Okay.
PS5, that game
Mhm.
looks amazing, but this is not about how it looks, but how it plays.
mhm,
And I
Mhm.
love the Spider-Man. Oh, I guess we would call it Spider-Man 4. What's the name? What's the last game that was on PS4?
Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
the spot.
PS4, yeah.
Yeah.
So like I love that game. So if you can take that game and just reskin it, repurpose it, and just up like just add more like fighting style to it,
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep playing it. Like that's just the game
Nice.
that I enjoy. So that's gonna win it. So
Okay.
Nice. All right. All right.
All right. Am I up next?
Sure. You want to?
Let's do it. Okay, so I think if I had to guess what I believe is going to win, I'm going to be honest and I have a sinking suspicion that Last of Us is gonna pull it out. I just
mm,
have a sinking, even though for me I don't agree with it, just because I feel like action adventure. I mean, yeah, it does have action, but it's just more so you're there for the actual story than you are the action.
hmm
I don't hear as much raving for the action as I would for as people who either liked it or hate it talk about the story. But I just feel like somehow it's gonna eat. It's gonna pull it off. They're gonna get that.
Yeah.
So that's just my suspicion. But for what I want to win, I will definitely say Miles Morales, a la Spider Man,
Nice.
and just because honestly, again, I haven't played it, but just looking at what I've seen, just it seems like more of what we got with Spider-Man PS4, but except for his style, Miles Morales style. Um, and it just looks just from that standpoint. I mean, you can't get tired of swinging through the city. So
no, you can't. That's
True.
and the
True.
action is so just smooth and just like the controls are just incredible. So it's
Okay.
yeah, I have to stick with that.
Well,
what about you, kid?
I hate to sound like a broken record again.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, we already know
uh,
now.
what I think is gonna win, Last of Us Part 2 again.
Hmm.
hmm
It's inevitable with these big games. I just
Here's
um
my critique on that though, because
uh
aren't half of the way that the votes are counted is only based on people who went to the site and voted on these games?
Mm-mm. No, I think the player's choice, it only counts for, like, a small percentage in comparison.
Okay,
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because
a
gotcha.
panel of judges.
yeah. So the
This
judges actually have the bigger weight of, of the choice. So
disregard what my thought was. Sorry, kid. Sorry.
no, it's all good. I kinda feel bad, I wanna hear it out, but, yeah,
Mm-mm.
unfortunately, that's the way it is.
So, I mean, that's what I think is gonna win, but what I want to win, Ghost of Tsushima.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
A lot
I
of
just,
ghost love. Okay.
it's a great game. It's a great
Absolutely.
game.
Oh, yeah.
Um, All right, guys, and we have finally made it
All
to
right.
the ultimate award, and that is
Big Daddy.
Game of the Year.
Nice. I like that. Okay.
So,
Man.
our nominations: Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing: New Horizon, The Last of Us Part 2.
Um,
Yeah, it's a big one, man. This is the big one.
here's the
This
thing, though.
is
I would have thought that Sucker Punch would have had their game out, just in time for this game awards, because I, I just think that these categories or these titles for this category,
Mhm.
listen, 2020 has been a hard year,
Yeah.
and Ghost of Tsushima I think should win it hands down,
Okay.
but it's still tight. It's still a niche audience for this game. Like I don't know if enough people can appreciate this game because when people look at it, some people just may not feel like that's their type of game, so they won't play it. So it's going to be from my perspective, that's going to win it hands down because it's just everyone seemed to play it and want to play it and love it. It's going to be Last of Us Part 2,
hmm
but who I would like to see win it is Ghost.
so. Hey,
Okay. Got you down, buddy. All right. All right, kid. You doing it? Or you want me to go?
well, I guess since Star, he kind of well, I'll just say this. Um, again, I'm a broken record.
Yeah. All
uh,
right.
all these games are definitely some great games. And it's definitely an interesting selection this year. However, I think I think what's going to win Game of the Year is, of course, Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
just that was the release this year. A lot of people talked about it, and I personally I think it didn't live up to it. I think it definitely had a lot of flaws, and which
Oh
took it
yeah.
out of that level for me.
hmm
But I think for most people, they're going to see it as that Game of the Year. Um, but what I think is Game of the Year, and what I want to win as Game of the Year, is of course Ghost of Tsushima.
There
Mhm.
it is.
Phenomenal experience, man. That Sucker Punch, they really put a lot of love, attention, and care into that game, and it shows. And I mean, it deserves to win it. I really hope it does.
Mhm.
It's hard to say, but phenomenal game.
Yeah, definitely can agree with that.
I do
Well,
too.
I guess you're gonna have to accuse me of being that broken record as well.
Oh
Oh,
man,
Because I mean, let's be honest, it's like when you think about the hype behind this game, how long people have been wanting it, the follow up to such a great game that's come out in the past. Despite, like you said, the shortcomings, the flaws in the story, and the direction that they were the Naughty Dog took us in. I mean, I say this not wanting it at all. To be honest with you, I think it's like one of the furthest things I want from Game of the Year. But I do think Last of Us 2 is going to do it. I think that they are going to just give in to the hype around it,
yeah,
the kind of work that went into it. I just feel like they're going to really ultimately pick that because that's
yeah,
their stance. Probably be love it or hate it. Still you can't deny the impact of the game, regardless of what.
yeah. How many
mhm.
people played it and have talked about it?
So, and and if I sound depressed, that's because it's good
Definitely
reason.
huge.
I didn't really want to, say that,
Hello.
but there it is.
Who you think is going to win from your opinion? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
So,
that's who you think is going to win. So who do you want to see win?
so I don't think it's going to be a surprise here. I know who I know is not who I know who shouldn't have been on this list. If I'm being honest, and no disrespect, but Doom Eternal, I'm not sure how that happened. I'm just going to keep
It's
it real.
interesting. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
So, which love that game, but it's But honestly, no surprise. But Ghost of Tsushima is what I
Mhm.
really want to win.
Nice.
Just to build off of Kid. I mean, this game has really taken us on such a great ride. I mean, this is one of the few games out there that has such a expansive area that you can explore. With so many different things you can find as far as artifacts and charms, just all around different areas of the sport that look all gorgeous and beautiful. to the point where you didn't even want to. Well, at least for me, I never even wanted to fast travel. Like I literally wanted to ride my horse everywhere on that island,
Nice. That's
my
see,
island. Just because it's like
you sold the game to so many people just now when you said that.
well, yeah, and good reason. I mean, everything just was incredible with it. The sway of the grass, the animations. It was just such a beautiful thing. And so for me, I think, and this is why, at least for me, I didn't pick it for any of the other categories. 'Cause I just feel like overall it captured every bit of those categories. The action part, the narrative. I just felt like all went into one game of the year. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, so that's what I'm sticking with, man. I really, really just praying for a miracle on that that it does pull it off. But yeah, definitely goes to Tsushima.
Cool, cool, cool. And
So
that's a wrap, I think, right, Kid?
I believe so.
Have
Oh,
some
So
internet issues
oh, okay.
oh yeah, we were wondering
right
if you got
now.
quiet. But yeah.
So unfortunately, I kind of missed what BP said, but I'm sure it was phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah, it was, sir. It was just go to if you haven't
Well,
heard already.
everybody, and that is
Yeah, I think Kid is having some technical difficulties, so BP, you may have to send us out.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Just want to remind everybody, until I kind of get everything rolling on the social media scene with the different accounts, just still hit us up at Gamer Credits, the email. You can reach it at not reach it, but you can hit it up at gmrcredits@gmail.com. And again, just give any feedback you can on it. Definitely appreciate it. And again, still working hard on getting this set up on everything else. I think I got the Twitter set up. So we should have that rolling out for y'all soon too. So
Cool.
I think that's it.
Hey,
Sorry.
Kid, did you make it back? Nah, Kid didn't make it back, but
It's-
on Kid's behalf, enjoy your holiday. I know we're gonna be back before Christmas, but yes, be safe out there.
yep. Everybody take care. Peace.
All right, peace.